Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. And so today I would love to chat about the differences between Taurus and Libra. And so I love Taurus, and I don't know how I feel about Libras. no, no, I enjoy Libras, but let's dive into the differences between Taurus and Libra in a sense of the structure of Venus. And so I love to dive deep into this. And so Taurus is a very stubborn sign. It loves its luxury, it loves its good food, it loves the senses, it loves to feel. I'm a Taurus, and so I love to feel too. No play. But Taurus is very, very, very relaxed. It loves to just rejoice and be free and to lay around and enjoy the sensual beauties that this world has to offer. But it's very fixed on that as well. So it's once its mind is made up on these aesthetics and beauties and things that it's purchased, the value goes a long way. And so Libra, on the other hand, it's about partnerships and relationships, accentuating beauty. And so how are these signs differently masterful when they're both ruled by Venus? And so let's dive into Venus. Venus is the sign of relationships, beauty, harmony, resentment. That wench is the most resentful one. You people want to talk about Black Lilith? Listen, Lilith got shit on Venus. Venus would be like, you think you got shit, Black Lilith? I will hold resentment to the next millennia. Listen, if you want to see anger at its purest, deepest, hardest, destructive force, I would say go look further than Venus, because we associate Mars with anger. Rah! Listen, Mars is like energy bursting. Venus is like gathering energy, hoarding, and it builds that anguish. And so when it explodes, you're gonna get like 1,000 years, which brings me to Taurus. And so Taurus will do anything it has to make sure that every relationship it has is harmonious. It loves its things. It loves to be lazy, grazing in the grass like a bull. But above all, Taurus loves to be loyal. And so Taurus loves to have loyal friendships, loyal relationships, loyal family members, loyal customer service. Where they know I'm the repeat customer. Yes, Walter, it's nice to see you again. Yeah, I know, right? I love this restaurant. But really, we love to build relationships the slow, long way. And we want to make sure that they last until our last hoof is on the ground. And so we just keep plodding along with time. Now Libra, they're the masters of charm, and walk into a room, everyone's smiling. They walk out that room, they know that when they come back to that room, everyone's going to be smiling again. They don't have to put all this work, and they don't have to put in this time and sit there for 100 years to get the appreciation that they feel that they deserve. They just walk in, do what they have to do, and walk out. A Taurus will sit there and be like, what? I did all this, I cooked all these meals, I bought this, I bought you this car, I bought everything. And the Libra's just like, yeah, well, I could just form another relationship. But that's really the essence of how Venus is manifested in both these signs. And so with the Taurus, you got Venus extroverted, in a sense of the Taurus bull person wants the world to reflect the outer beauty, to reflect what they want inside themselves. And so they want to buy the nice car, they want to buy the beautiful home, they want to buy the Gucci watch and all these things, because they want the value, the external value, to bring forth the internal value. And this is why Sun and Taurus people have a life lesson, I should say, on building up their self-worth. Because, when you have anything in Taurus, that means your worth is on the line. And so that's why Taurus rules the second house, which is your sense of worth. And so, when you have a Taurus sun, particularly when you identify with Taurus, that's what you're here to really build, is your values. What are your value structure? How you in the world show your value in a sense of who you are with your worth. Well, Libra on the flip side, they don't have to deal with that so much. They're more about taking the internal worth and its internal form of relationships and beauty and kind of blasting it out to the world. And so Libras kind of have a feeling of a need to build the best relationships with others. Not build so much, but bring forth beauty. And let me tell you, every single Libra person I know, they could have shit for money. They will still be the most elegant and classy people that I've met. I've met so many Libras, and they just have this way about them that it just exudes beauty and harmony. And they really, it's kind of like they want what they feel inside themselves to reflect outside, whereas a Taurus wants the outside to reflect the inside. It's kind of weird. But that's my take on the two different signs. Now, when anger comes into play, this resentment side, this crazy side to Venus, the Taurus he or she will kind of be like, there's anger, animosity. No, can't. Either they're gonna play dumb at first, or they're gonna compromise and they're gonna be like, no, I'm so sorry, or they're gonna blow the hell up. But usually that's the crazy Tauruses that they have some crazy ass aspects to like Uranus or some shit, and so where they just be like, freak out. But literally, like for the most part, bulls, Tauruses, hooves, calves, whether children or adults, they will do what they have to do to maintain the peace, because at the end of the day, they'll bite the bullet. They want security. And so they'll take shit from people. They'll take someone keyed up their beautiful car that they just bought, and they'll be like, okay, I'm not going to really push for this yet. But if that shit keeps happening for like 10 years ago, run. Because that bull's going to blow up, and that anger and resentment from the person that went in line and bought their ice cream before them that they wanted, or all this shit's going to pile up and explode at once. So that's how the Taurus kind of manifests Venus's resentment side. Now, Libra, they kind of have a shorter fuse. I mean, they are the opposites to Aries, and so that kind of makes a little bit of sense, right? That a Libra's not going to take shit, in the sense that, A, they don't need to stick around because they can form these amazing relationships with somebody else, and B, while they are there for the sake of beauty and harmony in the relationship and the partnership, and they want to really have this magical union with people, at the same time, they know like I said, they're reflecting outside their inner feelings of beauty and harmony for the most part, unless they got some crazy ass aspects too, because then they can be codependent as hell, and they believe that they're not worth anything without their partner. Now, don't get me wrong, that typically happens with Libras, is that they can feel very stuck with shitty ass people, but that's because they have that inner worth that's shitty. Again, Venus. But for the most part, I feel that in the general sense of Libras, that they reflect outward the beauty that they truly feel themselves to be. Or they fake it till they make it. But essentially what happens is they don't have to take as much shit. They'll be flighty as fickle. They'll be gone. They'll be like, you look around and be like, where'd that Libra go? Bye. Like, they're off into another relationship. And so, but when they get angry, the resentment comes out more, I would say, faster, in the sense that the Libra kind of just booms their relationship. They get resentful with the person, but they don't get spiteful. That's, the next sign, Scorpio comes in. but they kind of just, move right on. They enter another relationship, and if that relationship's positive and reflecting of how they feel inside themselves, that this person's a match, then the resentment's kind of, for the most part, gone. And so they don't really hold on to the same kind of resentment factor of Venus as much as the Taurus does. So, in my experience, but they still, they still have their moments, and they still, the people, and they have Taurus in their chart somewhere, and so it's interesting in a chart to see that as well. And so you see like a person that's a sun in Libra or sun in Taurus, but then they have other planets in the other sign, and so you get to see how Venus really kind of like rakes in that sign, and so Venus is a very interesting a planet, and I think that she she can do a lot of great, beautiful things for you. But it's like that story of Hansel and Gretel. Come eat beautiful this candy and food, and then you're in the pot. You're the one that's gonna be boiling next. Like, and so that's when I think of Venus, I think of Hansel and Gretel, and so you better run to that forest and get the hell out of there. And so there's a price to pay with everything, and so. But doesn't mean that it takes away from the harmonious and the wonderful aspects Venus can bring, but you can see the different manifestations of it. And so that's kind of my take on the Venus Taurus versus Libra. They both have their interesting pros and they both have their interesting cons. So that's just my opinion. Comment below what you think and share, do a video response, whatever you like. And I would love to hear your perception and opinion. And let's dive deeper. Kind of want to do Pluto next, and so maybe we'll do Scorpio. All right, well, take care.